Israel's military campaign will determine whether it can achieve the goal it has pursued for decades, disabling Iran's nuclear program or setting it back years. If it fails, Israel will face a major risk. In a 3-day operation, Israel destroyed centrifuges at Iran's largest nuclear fuel enrichment facility at Natanz, killing 10 of the country's top nuclear scientists and damaging key components of the supply chain for bombs. Israeli officials and the United Nations Atomic Energy Agency said. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) said the sudden loss of power at Natanz may have destroyed some of the roughly 14,000 centrifuges there. Centrifuge chains are fragile and can fail if they are not turned off gradually. An Israeli official said there were signs that the underground part of the Natanz facility may have been damaged, but further assessment was needed. In addition, Israel destroyed 4 buildings at the Isfahan complex in central Iran, including 2 that were important for building nuclear weapons. Experts said that unless Iran hid the equipment, it could take Tehran up to a year to rebuild the fuel enrichment plant. Israel also removed 10 Iranian nuclear scientists, including those with extensive experience building and testing nuclear weapons components. 2 decades ago, the IAEA said Iran had a nuclear weapons-related program before 2003. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the removal of the scientists could set Iran back years in its quest to build nuclear weapons. But some experts and former officials are skeptical of that assertion, saying Iran has developed a sophisticated network to preserve and pass on much of its nuclear expertise to a new generation of scientists. Israel's biggest challenge remains destroying Fordo, Iran's most fortified nuclear facility, which produces highly enriched uranium. Analysts say Fordo, buried deep in a mountainside near the holy city of Qom, could only be destroyed by a massive U.S. bunker buster. So far, Israel has hit key components of Iran's nuclear program. But if you're worried about a nuclear explosion, Fordo is the core, said Richard Nephew, who served as Iran negotiator in the administrations of former President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama. There are other uncertainties. The status of Iran's enriched uranium stocks and storage tanks at Natanz, Isfahan, and Fordo is still unknown. Israeli officials say recent indications that Iran may be spreading the barrel across the country have reinforced Israel's belief that it needs to strike Iran now. Iran's stockpile contains enough highly enriched uranium to make about 10 nuclear weapons. David Albright, president of the Institute for Science and International Security, estimates that Iran's stockpile is enough to make 9 nuclear weapons within a month and 13 weapons the following month if they can continue enriching at Fordo. Many experts believe that Israel is unlikely to destroy the interior of the Fordo facility. Nephew said Israel tried to blow up the entrance, but there's still a lot of uncertainty. Could the Israelis use drones to attack the bulldozers if the Iranians escape? Do the Iranians have secret escape tunnels? We don't know, he said. More reasons even if Israel could shut down Fordo for a significant period of time. Iran still has other ways to build a nuclear bomb if its stockpile of material remains intact. For years, Iran has denied the UN Atomic Agency access to its centrifuge sites. Iran could hide a large number of centrifuges in a secret underground facility. The facility does not need to be large. A few hundred advanced centrifuges could produce weapons-grade material from its stockpile in a short time. Albright said that the Israeli strikes have significantly reduced Iran's ability to build a nuclear weapon, but Israel may still be far from achieving what it wants. To achieve Israel's goal, the Fordo and Natanz facilities would need to be severely damaged and the stockpile of enriched uranium eliminated. He also said Israel needed to eliminate more nuclear scientists and some of the testing and production equipment Tehran needed to build a bomb. The success of Israel's military campaign depends largely on its ability to undermine Iran's nuclear program, said Seema Shine, a former director of research and evaluation at the Mossad intelligence agency. She said Israel could still fall into a worst-case scenario, with its attack providing more reason and encouragement for Tehran to embark on a clandestine bomb-building effort. I am sure if they can do it, they will do it, she said.